Good day to everyone. Today I'm going to show you on how to create a basic material in Unreal Engine 4. In Unreal Engine, materials are used to modify the appearance of an actor or of an object. It's like a wallpaper that we use to apply on house walls, just like this white cube and these static actors that we have, which has a dark gray color. So all actors, all objects in the level has their own materials. So to begin, all we need to do is we go in our content browser, just right click and select the material. So it is said that a material is an asset which can be applied to a mesh to control the visual look of the scene. So this is what we all need to create a basic material. Just select this and I think let's create a blue colored material. So let's name this one as blue. When you're naming a material, always remember to use an acronym, just like what you see. I'm putting a capital M before the target name that I want in my material to indicate that this file is a material. So now we have our first material. So let's just open this. And as you can see, this is the interface of the material we created. This is what the material looks like in the upper left side. And we have the palettes that we can use on the right side. And on the lower left is the details panel of the selected node in our work area. So it looks like a blueprint setup, but literally it's not a blueprint, but it's still using nodes to modify the materials that we created. So here we have the basic node of the material. It consists of base color, metallic, specular, roughness, emissive color. We have opacity, opacity mask, normal, world position, and so on. There's a lot of connectors that we can use in this basic node. But as of now, we're going to use a basic modification in our materials, like the base color that we're going to use to change the color of the material that we have, and the metallic, which is used to change the surface of the material into a metallic or non-metallic texture. Then to change the depth of the texture, we use specular. Um, uh, Specular mostly it is used in texture mapping, and the roughness, we use this to change the texture of the material. Either we want smooth or we want a rough texture. So to make the material smooth, we applied a value of 0 and 1 for complete roughness. And in metallic, we applied 0 for non-metallic, and the maximum is 1 for metallic texture. And we have the emissive color. So we use this emissive color to apply emissiveness to make our material glow. So that are the connectors that we are going to discuss, or we're going to use to create basic materials. So for now, let's create our first material, the material blue. So we're going to change the base color into a blue colored. So what we are going to do is we need to add a new node. So let's add constant 3 vector. So just drag the constant 3 vector in the work area. And let's change the color by double clicking the color peak the color selection in the in this vector. Let's select the blue color for our material. Okay, I think it's good enough as our blue color. After that, once we selected the color for our vector, we're going to connect this vector into our basic color to apply the color in our material. And that's it. We have the blue colored material. And this is how it looks like in a spear shape. If you want to see the output, you can change the appearance of the sample, like in a cylinder. So this is how the blue colored looks like in a cylinder, in cube, and in a thin layer. So this is how it looks like. Now we have our first material. Just save our update in our material, and after we save it, let's head back to our level. So what we're going to do is we're going to apply the material on an actor. So let's reuse the existing actors in our level. So let's apply this on the white cubes on the surroundings, just like this one. So let's rotate the cube facing the first person character. Okay. Then what we're going to do, to change the material applied to this actor, it's either you drag and drop the material from content browser directly to the actor in the level, or you go into details panel, look for static mesh, and change the selected material on a static mesh, just like this one. So this actor is using the 1M cube material. What we're going to do is we're going to change this. We're going to use our own material that we created. So let's find the M blue. Sorry, I forgot. This is not the one that we're going to change. We're going to change the material, literally. So let's head to the details panel, then locate the materials. So this is where we're going to apply the materials that we created. And as you can see, the M blue is right here. Just select this one, and that's how we apply the materials on an actor. When you run the game, you can see the appearance of our actor with our blue material applied on it. So that's how we create our basic material using the base color. Now we're going to use the metallic. So to apply the metallic texture in our material, let's duplicate or so let's duplicate this material that we created, and let's name this M blue metallic. Then let's open this. In a simple way to apply the metallic texture in our material, all we should do is connect this vector to the metallic, just like that. And as you can see, the texture change, and we see some a little bit reflection, but it's most likely a little bit rough. So that's what a metallic looks like. But if you want to have a specific value of a metallic texture of your material, you can use scalar parameter. So that's the best way to apply metallic texture. Instead of connecting directly to the vector, we're going to connect the metallic connector into a scalar parameter. So this one. So let's name this parameter so let's name this as metallicness. Sounds like. Then select the parameter, and in details panel, you can adjust the default value. So the default value depends on your liking on what the material you're creating needs. So let's say when the metallic value is 0, so it displays a non-metallic texture. But when we applied 1, it is the complete metallic texture. So as you can see, using the scalar parameter, we change the texture of our blue material into some sort of metallic, a full metallic texture. So using parameter, you can adjust, increase or decrease from 0 to 1 the value of the metallicness. So let's change the default value to 0.5. As you can see, we can modify the value. So let's change it back to 1. And that's it. We have the second material, the blue metallic. So just save the material that we created. Then let's apply this to another actor. So I think this one behind. So let's pull this one. I think it's best if we pin the first person view, so we can see the boxes once we run the game. Yeah, this one. Okay. Now we're going to apply the blue metallic material that we created to the second actor by dragging the material from content browser directly to the actor. And this is the sample of the metallic blue. You see the difference of the basic blue and the metallic blue that we created. So that's how we create our basic metallic material in Unreal Engine. Now that we have our sample of metallic blue or blue metallic, let's proceed to roughness. So the specular, we're going to skip that because we're going to use that next time in when we apply a texture map. But for now, we're going to discuss the use of base color. So let's proceed to roughness. So we're going to create a shiny material using roughness. So let's duplicate the blue material, the first material that we created. Then let's name this as blue gloss. So I think that's better, blue gloss. So let's create a glossy blue material. So let's open this material and we're going to use the scalar parameter in the roughness. So by dragging the connector of the roughness into scalar parameter. So let's name this one glossiness. As you can see, the default value is 0. That's why we see the smoothness of the material. Oh, I think instead of glossiness, let's rename this smoothness. So let's change the name into smoothness. So to make it clear that we're going to create a smooth material. So 0 means completely smooth texture. But if we need the complete rough texture, let's just apply 1. So the value that we need to apply is between 0 and 1. So to apply the smoothness or the roughness of the material. So this is a complete roughness looks like if we applied 1. So for now, um, let's keep it the smoothness 1. And I think instead of blue gloss, let's rename this blue gloss into blue rough. So to make it clear that instead of smooth blue, we're going to create a rough blue material. Okay, then save our blue rough material. And let's apply the third material to another actor. Okay, I think this one. Let's pull this one, or maybe this one. So let's rotate this and move it near the two boxes. Then let's apply the blue rough material that we created. And as you can see, this is the roughness looks like in the actor. So compared to the basic blue material, we can see any slight reflection of the light in this rough blue material because we applied the completely roughness of the texture. So you can see any reflection of the light. So that's what a roughness looks like when you applied it in an actor. So that's the third example of our basic material. So let's save our project always. Now that we have our basic textures, what we're going to do next is we're going to create a shiny metal. So we're going to combine the smoothness and the metallicness. What we're going to do is we're going to connect the metallic into a scalar parameter. Then let's name this. Okay, so we forgot to duplicate the material, so not this one. So let's duplicate our first material and name this one as blue shiny metal. Then let's open our fourth material. Now we're going to connect the metallic into the scalar parameter. Then let's name this parameter same as in the metallic blue. Metallicness. And then let's also create a scalar node for roughness. Let's name this smoothness. Then in metallicness, let's change the default value into 1. So to apply the shiny metallic texture. And as you can see, this is a shiny metal looks like when we combine the metallicness and the smoothness of our node. After that, let's save this material. And let's apply this on our level. So find another let's find another actor. So let's rotate this a little bit and move it a little closer to our third actor, just like this. And then we're going to drag and drop this blue shiny metal in this actor. And as you can see, this is the shiny metal looks like. You can clearly see the reflection of the light, or I mean the sun on the background. So you can see the clouds. So you can see the reflections in the surroundings. So that's a shiny metal looks like in an actor when we applied the material that we created. Now that we have 4 materials, next is the fifth one. We're going to create a glowing material using emissive color. So emissiveness is what we use to apply a glowiness of the material, like a lamplight. We apply the emissiveness on that kind of object. So to start, let's duplicate our first material, and let's name this blue glow. Let's open this. So to apply the emissiveness in our material, all you need to do is to create a scalar parameter for this. Let's name this glowiness. So the default is 0. So what we're going to do is apply, let's say 100 for emissiveness. And as you can see, the sample glows up as the default value rise, as the glowiness rise up. So we apply 100 on it, and that's how brightness the material looks like. But as you can see, the color blue is overwritten by the emissiveness. So what we're going to do is we're going to combine the emissiveness and the base color. So how we are going to combine these two nodes? So to combine these two nodes, what we're going to do is we remove the connections between the main node, and we're going to add another node. We're going to add multiply. After that, we're going to connect the multiply in emissiveness, and the vector color, we're going to connect this one in the A connector, and the glowiness, we're going to connect this one to B connector of the multiply, so that we can combine the base color, which is blue, to the emissiveness that we want to make it glowing blue like this one. So that's how we create a that's how we apply emissiveness to our material. Actually, we can increase this default value more, like let's say 500. And the higher the value, the brighter the emissiveness of the material. So that's the example of emissiveness in um, material. So let's reduce the 500. It's a little bit painful in the eyes. So let's say 90. Okay. So I think 90 is better. How about 50? Okay, that's it. So 50 is enough for the glow of the color blue. So this is our fifth material, the blue glow. So let's save our fifth material. Then let's apply the fifth material on another actor. I think this one. So this one is too large. Maybe we need to make the sizes uniform. So let's reduce the scale from 2.5 to 1.5. Well, still too large. So let's reduce this into 1. So let's reduce both 5 actors sizes into scale of 1. Then let's Okay, let's hide this text below. So let's change. So let's change the alignment. Okay, I think it's better now. Then what we're going to do is drag this fifth material to apply this on the fifth actor, just like this. And let's see the difference. So as you can see, the glowiness of the blue glow material. So that's how we create or that's how we apply emissiveness on a material. So, and that's how it looks like in the game. So now we have the basic blue, metallic blue, rough blue, shiny metal blue, and the glowing blue. So that are the basic materials that we can create in Unreal Engine 4. And that's it. That's our basic materials.